Hello YouTube, Pinchio8 here. We're back at my HO scale layout for the very first and probably going to be the very last time because unfortunately this layout is so big that it's unfortunately, well, blocking our view to reach for our Christmas decorations that we'll be taking down soon because it'll be Christmas again soon and I'm not really sure I want this layout anymore, so I think I have plans to get rid of this very soon, but doesn't mean that I'm giving up the hobby of model trains and stuff like that. I think I'm going to think about building a small N-scale layout, like right over against this wall instead. I mean, N-scale doesn't take up a lot of room. I don't mind HO scale at all, but I think HO takes up a lot more room than N-scale does. But speaking of N-scale, this is the kind of scale model train that I'm finally reviewing again, and I know I've been doing steam engines a lot most of the time, but even though I kind of do prefer steam engines a lot more than diesel, I'm kind of evolving into a rail fan that's starting to enjoy, well, the modern diesels, and that's what we're looking at here from a manufacturer that's brand new to the hobby, Scale Trains, all the way in Benton, Tennessee. Very, very prototypical. And the kind of locomotive we're looking at is a GE Tier 4 GEVO. And I know I've used the term GEVO a lot in my rail fanning videos in Folkston, Georgia, but I probably am knowing that a lot of you are wondering, how do you describe a GEVO? Well, the GE that you're looking at in the word stands for General Electric, and also the E, V, and O would stand for Evolution Series. So it's the quick way of saying GEVO. And of course, when it comes to scale trains, there are actually 3 categories of model trains they got, including museum quality, rivet counter, and operator. But this is rivet counter, which is like some of the most highly detailed locomotives that you'll ever find. And the freight train that we're reviewing with is CSX, because here in Jacksonville, well, we are headquartering CSX. We actually do have Norfolk Southern too, but CSX is more the hometown railroad because they're headquartered right here. And I find that there's no history that much behind this locomotive because it's brand new. There are 2 kinds of these Tier 4 GEVOs. One of them is an early production and a late production, and this would have been an early production that we're looking at, number 3250, which was the first of this kind of GEVO to enter into the CSX fleet. So once I get this locomotive out of the box, you can see the difference of GEVOs. I do have a few models of the early designs, which are like known as a Tier 3 design, but this is the newest design that started rolling into CSX in 2015 as well as 2016. So even in real life, these diesels would have been about 3 years old. So practically brand new in the line. So time to pull him out of the box. So kind of works the same as an Athearn Blue box, except a lot more skinnier. This over here is known as the owner's manual. It would fold out to about 3 pages like this. Not sure I can get it all on camera, but there is an awful lot to go through here. And then, of course, packaged in this plastic, you got the locomotive itself. Definitely looks very typical to Athearn packaging, with all this foam that was kind of sliding out. So you got soft plastic here to protect the beautiful artwork done. You also got some soft plastic on the bottom to protect the fuel tank, which is where the speaker is. You've also got some foam inserts here on the handrails to protect the handrails, which I shall most certainly pull those out, and we'll start getting a 360-degree look at this beautiful locomotive. Alright, and here's our beautiful diesel engine out of the box, the Tier 4 GEVO. So let's start taking a closer look. I'm using a toothpick to point out the details. So you've got operational ditch lights here, which actually I heard blink when you hit when you blow the horn with. This coupler you got on the front and the back is a 100% coupler that's been manufactured by Scale Trains themselves, and it was supposed to be a metallic coupler, but I think it's plastic on end scale. You've also got separately applied grab irons, and the ladder that leads up to here. You got sand filler hatches over here, PTC antenna array, and a beautiful Nathan K5HLL 3 chime horn. Very beautiful sound. And the bell that you got over here is known as the electrical bell, or E-bell, which is practically brand new in all these diesels. You got your exhaust housing over here, which is squared off. This is how it is on the early production. In a later production, you would have seen like that this exhaust housing would have been having a bit of a slant for clearance issue for loading and unloading coal. And also the handrails right here that I'm pointing at also would have had a bit of a different look on the later production, but this is definitely the early production I've got. You got cab sunshades right over here, and a beautiful radiator section. And so moving on to the side of this locomotive, we got beautiful fuel tank detail here with a sight glass, dynamic brakes, handrails sitting very, very well in these stanchions. And love that CSX Boxcar logo, which is now called the How Tomorrow Moves logo. Beautiful walkway here. 6-axle trucks. You can also see over here where the dynamic braking mechanism is on either the rear truck or the front truck. Very beautiful here. Now we're going to rotate to the rear over here. Q-tip or a toothpick can be hard to pick up. Anyway, so you've got these lights over here which also act as rear view lights, and you can also use these for DPU mode. DPU stands for Distributed Power Unit. Means that this unit can help either in the middle of the train or the end of the train. Very good grab iron detail here sitting on these stanchions. And not a lot to break through on the other side here. Just a good view here. I'm really amazed with the job that Scale Trains did here. Scale Trains, you'll really nail the look here between your ESU Loc sound decoder that you put in these engines. I also do thank the people over at the factory in China for all this fine detail, making it look just like a real CSX locomotive. But wait till you see that it really sounds like a real locomotive. Alright, so before we get some tracks set up so I can run this for the first time, I would like to show you the difference in Evolution Series design. So this is our newest locomotive that's all on the CSX main line, the Tier 4 GEVO. And here's the example of the Tier 3 GEVO design that I've got from Kato. Fortunately, I don't run this that much because I'm having trouble here with the front truck. See that? How it just pops out like that? And I think I'm going to get a new truck for this, for the front axle. And plus, this is the regular CSX scheme that we've got when the bodies were painted blue like this with yellow CSX lettering. This is what's known as the YN3 paint scheme. And this is like the earliest production of the GEVOs. And since I didn't like how the axle acted, that's when I went to the other manufacturer called Fox Valleys. And here's one of the first Fox Valleys Evolution Series diesels I've gotten. Looks like I appear to be missing a grab iron as of now on this version right about there. You can see the hole where it goes. Sometimes stuff like that happens. Even the horn really knows how to pop out. I'd say the material between scale trains and Fox Valleys definitely looks like a tie here. Not like the Kato version, because as you can see here, the Kato version, well, has a bit of a glossy finish on all their locomotives, but everything on Fox Valleys is more of a matte black. And here's the very, very first GEVO that I've got with the How Tomorrow Moves logo, with the boxcar logo like that. And it also looks like we got a loose grab iron here, which I think I'll fix up later. But this is only here to show you how amazing it is. Only thing that's missing on these models, of course, is, well, all the separately applied detail. The ditch lights do light up, but they don't blink. Cab lights would have been lighting up too. Very unique. And here's the Norfolk Southern version that I got long ago. Very, very good detail on this one. One of the cool things about Norfolk Southern is that they're supposed to have ditch lights in the back too. Although it looks like Fox Valley didn't really nail that part by putting the ditch lights in the rear, because Norfolk Southern is supposed to be the only railroad that has the ditch lights that flash in the back like that. But other than that, either way, very, very cool models I've got in GEVO form. What do you say we get them all together for the grand finale on this part of the video? So, here's a Norfolk Southern one from Fox Valleys. CSX, How Tomorrow Moves. The regular YN3 paint scheme. And the Kato scheme. So this is pretty much my entire GEVO collection that was used to replace the Dash 8 and Dash 9 series of mainline freight. Everything I got here was with CSX, since it's my hometown railroad here in Jacksonville. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the detail of the Scale Trains version as well as Fox Valleys and Kato. So get ready, because in the next part, we're going to be running this Tier 4 GEVO design. So I'll see you by then.